Well, the new year fast approaches. You might be considering a resolution to make better financial choices, but how do you know when it's time to seek professional help? That's where we turn to Erin Lapidus. She is the president and retirement coach at JBL Financial Services, a professional in financial services. That's who we turn to. So, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, we're always good to see you. And I want to, this is a great topic because I think a lot of people think that there's so many retirement, and you guys don't do this, but there are so many retirement planners and financial planners who really focus on those people who are approaching retirement age. And that is an important time.
Absolutely.
But when should someone seek out professional help?
Certainly. So just like you said, retirement is a huge time when people are looking for professional financial advice. However, we think that everyone has the opportunity to benefit from financial advice. One of those times could be during a change in family situation. So potentially you've had the birth of a child, maybe the birth of a grandchild, and you would like to help in some way or plan for helping in some way. That's a great opportunity. As well as if you're in a situation where you're going through a divorce, of course you're going to engage an attorney, but maybe also speaking with a financial advisor can help you reset for your new course.
And that's in both parties' best interest. I mean, it's just because there's so many traps, I'm speaking through experience, along the way that cost you, and very costly. And the divorce thing can happen later in life when it has a much bigger impact. You don't have as much time to recover from something like that.
We actually are seeing that people are divorcing later in life, and so you make a great point that that would be a very good opportunity for you to look at your new financial picture, because things have changed. Maybe you've had to give some of your assets to your spouse, but your spending might have changed. So not everything is necessarily negative. We can always look to how we can improve your situation moving forward.
And one of the things that I will say to you is that when we talked a few years back, you and your dad did some things that when I was in the throes of my divorce that encouraged me. I felt like everything was falling apart and life was coming to an end. And you were like, no, it's not. You've got time. All you have to do is make some moves right now, and you'll be all right on the other end of this thing. And I think that a lot of people need that kind of encouragement.
And that's another great point, which is maybe working with a financial advisor doesn't necessarily mean you're engaged in a long-term relationship from the start, but maybe you're getting a few tips and tricks or a few great ideas that you can take with you, and you've met with an advisor, maybe you've clicked with them, and that means you can continue to engage them, or maybe that means it's time for you to take that advice and move on to someone else when it's time for you to re-engage.
Right. And you don't know until you have that conversation.
That's exactly right.
So for significant change in an employment situation, what does that look like?
So not just when you are retiring, but if you've decided to change jobs, or maybe you've been forced into a job change situation, you may need to move your 401k or your retirement plan, or you may want to do that. And this is a great opportunity to have your money continue to follow you, so you're not in a situation where 15 years from now you think, where did that old 401k go? Yeah,
exactly. Good point. Listen, you'll come out of this meeting. That initial meeting was very encouraging, and I would encourage you to set up an appointment with JBL Financial Services at 314-863-0008. 314-863-0008. You can also find them on the web at jblfinancial.com, and you can hear them on Saturday mornings. What time?
9 to 11 a.m.
9 to 11, a 2-hour show on the Big 550 KTRS.